The little prince was a very small person. He lived on a planet, a very tiny planet, where everything was incredibly small. This included his ownership of 2 small volcanoes and a rose. Due to its size, the little prince had to wake early every day to clean up any potential baobab seedlings that might grow. If left unchecked, just 3 little trees could overtake the entire land of the planet. The planet was so small that the little prince could watch a sunset or a sunrise by taking just a few steps. It was so diminutive that he knew if he had a sheep, it could never get lost, because where could a sheep go in such a small place? A seed of a rose fell on the little prince's planet, blooming into a fragrant flower. It was the only one, the only rose. She was very beautiful, yet very proud, delicate, and somewhat affected. She claimed to be afraid of the wind and the cold, wanting to appear brave, but in reality, she was using her vulnerability to gain the little prince's attention. The little prince prepared a glass cover for this delicate flower. The little prince was about to travel, leaving his planet and the only rose on that planet. When they said goodbye, they were both very sad. The flower blamed herself a little. She knew she wasn't so fragile. She only wished to receive more love and attention from the little prince. That's why she always twisted her petals, saying, "It's so cold." So, she preferred to ask for a glass cover, separating her from the world's communication, merely to get more of the little prince's affection. But as the little prince was about to leave, the flower suddenly understood that they were both mistaken. She wished for the little prince's happiness. Therefore, she didn't stop him or even blame him. She simply said, "Take off the glass cover. I don't need it anymore." From that day on, the rose could have more friends, such as the wind, butterflies, or whatever else. Even though the little prince left, her only love faded away. She didn't even cry, because you see, she was a brave flower. To love someone, they need to be as happy as you are, even if the tears accumulate into a deep sea within the heart. On another planet, the little prince met a fox. The saddened little prince invited the fox to play with him, but the fox refused. The fox said he needed to be tamed. The little prince couldn't understand what taming meant, so the fox explained that taming means to establish a bond. The fox continued saying, "To me, you're just a little boy, like thousands and thousands of other little boys. I don't need you, and you don't need me either. To you, I am just a fox, like thousands of other foxes. But if you tame me, we will need each other. For me, you will be unique in the world, and for you, I will be unique too." The little prince started to understand because he remembered his rose. He must have tamed his rose because they were each other's unique and needed one. The fox said, "Tame me." The little prince asked the fox, "What do you need to be tamed?" The fox said, "You need to be very patient. You need to move a little away from me and slowly approach me. I need you to give me a happy anticipation, for example, appearing at 4 o'clock every day. So at 3 o'clock, I can eagerly await your arrival." It sounded much like a beautiful way to love, that cautious approach and joyful anticipation. The little prince tamed his fox. Yes, he became the fox's. However, just like when he left his rose, the little prince had to leave. The The fox wanted to cry. The little prince said, "It was you who wanted me to tame you. I didn't want to hurt you. You were wrong." The fox agreed. The little prince said, "So, apart from feeling sad, what good did you get?" The fox disagreed. It told the little prince that it never cared about the golden color of wheat, but since it saw the golden hair of the little prince, it always remembered the color of wheat. Although the little prince left it, from the moment of being tamed, the fox finally got the color of wheat. Then the fox told the little prince to go down the mountain to see the garden where 5,000 roses were blooming. Those beautiful flowers had previously saddened the little prince. He thought his rose was the only one in the world, but now he saw so many similar roses on the planet. But this time, the little prince was no longer desolate. He told those roses they were not the same as his rose, because he hadn't tamed them. Just like that fox, it was initially like thousands of other foxes, but now they were friends. Since he had tamed it, it was the only fox in the world. When leaving, the fox gave the little prince a saying, "It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye. Because you invested time in your rose, that's why she became so important. Humans have forgotten this simple truth." The fox said, "But you mustn't forget. You must be responsible for what you tame. You must be responsible for your rose."